All right, this is Luke back with you. Today I'm going to be talking to you about college majors I would not recommend. So, if you are in one of these fields, please pursue it if that's like what you really want to do. I'm just here to try to give you some information about some of these college majors where the pay may not be so great. It could be oversaturated, could have high unemployment. Could have a high number of people that end up going off and getting a master's or PhD. These are in no particular order. These are just ones that I found on the internet, which I don't recommend once again. So we're going to have psychology, we're going to have theology, elementary education, special education, journalism, English, any major where it's studies, African American studies, Hispanic studies, gay lesbian studies, general studies. I don't recommend any of those. Theater, photography, film, social studies, what else? Performing arts. Those are the majors that I would not recommend you going into. I'll give you some examples. So, psychology, there's 120,000 people a year will graduate with a bachelor's in psychology. There'll be about 33,000 people who will get a master's in psychology every year, and about 7,000 people who will get a PhD in psychology. So out of the 120,000 people that got a bachelor's, 40,000 will end up getting a higher degree than just a bachelor's. So that's 1 in 3. The other thing is if you have just a bachelor's in psychology, your starting pay is somewhere around 40,000, low 40,000s, or just below 40,000. And a lot of your jobs are limited, and a lot of the jobs will actually now require a master's or PhD. If you get your master's or PhD, that could put you up to like $150,000 in debt compared to like $30,000 if you just have your bachelor's. And even if you then get your master's or PhD, starting pay may only be somewhere around $50,000 a year. So you're talking about a $10,000 raise for a master's or a PhD, and it's going to cost you like 2 to 3 years, maybe more, to get that. And then you just start weighing out what's my cost benefit analysis for this field. Do I want to get another bachelor's or go into some other kind of work? Another one is English and journalism. If you put them together, there's about 100,000 people a year that get a journalism or English major, and somewhere around 20,000 to 30,000 people will get a master's, and somewhere around 5,000 or 6,000 people will get a PhD. So once again, you're talking about 100,000 people at a bachelor's, and about 30,000 will then get a higher level of a degree. So that's 30% of your workforce. And once again, your pay is going to be starting out, if it was just a bachelor's, high 30s, maybe low 40s. And if you get a master's or above, you may hit 50,000 or something like that. So these are like really tough majors to go into. Another one is your performing arts, photography, singing, opera, performing arts on stage, that kind of stuff. Once again, there's about 100,000 a year. 22,000 will get a master's, and somewhere around 3 to 5,000 will get a PhD. Similar statistics as the other ones. You're going to be, this one's even lower than the other ones, where you're in the mid 30s for your starting with just a bachelor's. And if you get a PhD or a master's, you're in the high $40,000 range. So it is really hard for in those fields. For special education, elementary education, a lot of those jobs you're working only 8 months, and starting pay, and depending on what your state is in, for those you could be in the mid $30,000 range for those jobs. So I'm just trying to give you some information, what you can expect when you go off to college, what your majors, your pay will be, and that kind of stuff. If it really is your passion, you really want to go into it, great, but I'm just trying to give you information to help you out, to give you some guidance, all right? This is Luke Wackler. Follow along my journey. If you like these videos, hit the like and subscribe, and I'll be back shortly.